Hello. Hello. So, my name is Dr. Jawad Alzeer. And today I would like to start with a new series with regard to the concept of lifestylopathy medicine. This concept has been introduced by me from A to Z. The first video I would like to give a general introduction and explain the motivation why we need to introduce this concept in science and in our daily life. Now, based on my previous experience where I was mainly involved in designing a drug for cancer therapy, and I spent a lot of years in designing new molecules. Hopefully one day that we will be able to design a drug which will really achieve complete recovery for cancer patients. I noticed through my research where I worked in gene therapy, chemotherapy, natural therapy, that whenever we try to design a new drug or even a new molecule with a unique activity, the activity is always very close to the existing anti-cancer drug. So we still are unable to achieve a new therapeutic value, which is highly significant. And therefore, I came to conclusion that whatever and whenever we try to design a new drug, uh, most our time and effort and money is really not comparable with regard to the outcome, because in the end we will have drugs which is acting very similarly to the existing drug. And therefore I try to explore a new perspective to understand medicine from different point of view. The goal of my journey is really to explore a new way that could lead us in the end finally toward a complete recovery. And I also noticed that the concept complete recovery does not exist in cancer therapy. The maximum one could reach is complete remission. So we're good in reducing the load of cancer cells in our body, but we are still not yet being able to completely remove cancer cells from our body. In theory, if one cancer cell remain in our body, then cancer could easily come back. Therefore, cancer patients need to remain under control most of the time. Now, I tried to understand the situation. Obviously, scientists in general, all of them, they are more or less using the same tool, the same way of thinking, and most of them they have the same infrastructure, and this could explain why in the end we have more or less the same results. We are only difference in how quick to reach these results, and the one who is quicker usually can publish faster. But to make science, which in the end will tell us, yes, this is wow science, which can really lead us toward complete recovery, this is not easy. We have really to change completely our perspective about how to look at disease in general and cancer therapy in particular. Therefore, I came to conclusion, yes, scientific thinking is good because this is how we can uh, based our discovery on fact, not based on imagination. And therefore, yes, we have to keep the concept of scientific way of thinking, but it's obvious it's not enough. It's not enough to go beyond what beyond our expectation. And to achieve something beyond what is existing, we have to go beyond our classical way of thinking, which is naturally we all think similarly, which is the scientific way of thinking. And for this reason, I think it is essential to add an additional an additional way of thinking, which I call it the logical way of thinking, because there should be a time where there are certain things which is difficult to explain simply because we don't have the right tool to understand what's going on. And therefore, we need to be prepared with alternative and supportive way of thinking, which is the logical way of thinking. And this is not something which is very strange. This is what we see also in physics. So we have the classical physics, which can follow up what is basically is observable, but there are still things which is beyond our observation, and therefore we don't have right now the right tool to understand beyond classical physics, which is quantum mechanics, and therefore we should be prepared to go beyond our classical way of thinking by utilizing the quantum way of thinking or the analogical way of thinking. And this is, of course, essential, and probably it will open a new window and a new hope, a new window for scientists, a new hope for patients that we may drive them toward complete recovery. And this was maybe one of my first motivation why I would like to explore this new path. And in the next video, I'll try to explain for you more the concept of lifestylopathy and the science which I'm trying to build on, um, and then to understand how we could implement this science in our daily life to achieve the main goal of this concept, which is improve prevention and lead patients toward complete recovery. Thanks for your attention.